Starting soon, starting soon, starting as soon as Vince sits in his chair. We're starting soon. I can hear you putting on your microphone and sliding into your chair at the last minute. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, we're talking about Geeksumerism. Up next on Geek Out of Say.
Do not attempt to adjust your YouTube video. We control the stream.
And welcome back to Geek Out of Say. It's Saturday and we're having a super time.
Super duper duper duper. Super duper fun time.
Yeah, so we're back again.
We're back again from outer space. You know, we're trying to regrow our viewership.
Yeah,
Because we were doing pretty good until the earth fell out from under us yet again.
yet again.
This has been happening to us since 2022.
I hate when that happens.
The sky is falling, but we are not Chicken Littles because it is actually falling. So, yeah. Did I do something wrong?
I don't know. What'd you do?
I don't know. It shows me 2 concurrent viewers, but then it doesn't show me any, and then I'm not getting any of the little stats that I normally get. It's fine. We're good. You can see us, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there it goes. It just jumped on. Never mind. I'm a liar.
Okay.
Okay, back to the show. Hi, people. We're having a
Actually,
show.
we're talking about Geeksumerism today. So it's geek consumerism, which is kind of all right back there.
I was like, I don't think I have a leg to stand on in this
I don't think
topic.
either of us do.
And neither do you. No. No.
Yeah.
No. Well, so I think that it comes down initially, like if we're just talking about bare bones, initially it comes to this really good advertising that came about in, at the very least, the 80s. When
Yeah, with the kids' cartoons, Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, and so we're looking at all these figures and stuff that go along with shows. We're looking at toys that didn't have a show before, but now they do have a show. Shows that didn't have a toy before, but now do have a toy.
Like for me, as a boy, or even girls would play. I guess. Did you play with G.I. Joe?
Yes.
Or G.I. Joe, and that's what we played a lot in the 80s. That was kind of like the first, like one of the first. That one and Star Wars.
I was going to say, we had Star Wars
Yeah.
toys. We had G.I. Joe. We had He-Man toys. I had all of
I
that
had
stuff.
He-Man toys, yeah.
And then they had, it was like, you know, here's the basic toy that the basic kid can get, right? Because I grew up poor. And then here's the like coveted toys that they're like really rich kids or the kids whose parents didn't mind going in debt could have, right?
Right.
So you're talking about like, we see these advertisements and then the kids in the advertisements have the whole set, right?
Yeah.
So you have this cool vehicle and that cool vehicle and this cool figure
Well,
and
like
this
one
cool
of the
figure.
cool ones that I had was the Dragonfly Apache helicopter from G.I. Joe.
I mean,
That you can like press the thing, it would like spin the blades. That was really cool. Not everybody had that.
I definitely didn't have that. But that was some of the things too that, and I don't know if this happened like before us or, because I don't remember advertisements
Right.
from the 70s when we were little. Although I guess, well, no, by 80 I was 7. I was 7 by 1980. So that's when I started to kind of have those memories. So I don't know if when
Right.
we were little there was that much advertisement of toys, or I don't know if toys did as many things as they started to do in the 80s.
We need to do something about the green screen behind you eventually.
Oh yeah, this. Yeah, it's been up there forever. I need
The
to
green
get rid of-
sheet.
You want me to take it down while you talk? Is
No,
it
it
bothering
doesn't
you?
matter. No, it's just we don't like
don't use
particularly.
it
We
for
haven't
anything,
used it
yeah.
for anything.
So we have all these toys, right? And then we have this hype, these commercials that show these kids that can't live their lives without these toys, which I know that there were commercials geared towards toys because we do for my class, for my leadership class, we do this book called Toy Box Leadership, where it shows how toys of the past have taught you leadership skills. So I've gone back and found, because some of the toys are like the Slinky, Lego, and they had advertisement. Of course, it's more print advertisement.
Right.
That you see, and it's not until the 80s where you see the Slinky, and it's I can't even remember the Slinky, but it's, magical fun for girls and boys, and the Slinky's
The Slinky.
Something wonderful toy. And so here you
They're
have
fun for a girl and a boy.
fun for a girl and a boy, and then it's going down the stairs, and then you wish you had the house that had the stairs in it, because then, you could make it go down the stairs, and then
And they, even with that, they do parodies on like Saturday Night Live with Log. It's Log. It's Log.
Yeah. So already they're like, people in our generation, they're advertising to us. They're pushing. We've got lunch boxes. We've got backpacks.
Right.
We've got, and I don't know that was as prevalent in the generations before. In fact, I don't believe that it was. Like, I've seen some of my parents' stuff,
and it's not since.
And it was, well, it has been ever since then.
No, they don't advertise like that. They don't have Saturday morning cartoons that advertise toys anymore.
No, but they don't have to, because now you have influencers.
Right.
And so now you have these Instagram influencers that are getting these toys and things, because that's what the kids are looking at.
But here's why they didn't do that, because they passed an act to where they would stop that.
Well, because it's addicting, right? Because now, even as adults,
but even more so now, it's
can't
addicting
see,
even more.
Well, yeah, now it's worse because
of the internet.
Because they've made it. I don't know if this is inadvertently or whatever, but it's come to a point where kids want to be influencers when they grow up. Like, that's taken over the place of like actors and actresses, and like football players and stuff like that. And now they want to be these influencers, so they are watching them.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's all these YouTube videos of people like unboxing things, and I think COVID pushed it even further, right? Because people didn't have anything else to do, right?
But collect stuff
And go back and look at collections from childhood. And that's one of the things that's causing our kids to scream right now, because our sons are in their late 20s, early 30s, so they grew up in the Pokemon craze. And it was Pokemon this and Pokemon that and Pokemon this, and they collected the cards. Well, when COVID happens, now we have these people in their generation, these millennials, and they're like bored, they have nothing to do. So they're going back through their homes and like looking at their childhood stuff, and they're like, oh my God, I remember Pokemon, it was so cool. They're bringing out these cards. Well, now cards are like what we thought Beanie Babies were going to be.
Even with just, not just Pokemon, but even going through and people are going back and looking at their old, because of COVID, people are going through their stuff and finding, oh, I used to collect all these baseball cards. And they're starting to soar right now.
Well, and it's crazy because, so now all of the scalpers, and we had scalpers before, but it seems more frustrating now.
Mm-hmm. And we are live, so if you want to say something in the chat, we're looking to see if you say anything. And what did you like, or what did you collect when you were younger, or even now?
Yeah. So with the Pokemon, you can't even find the Pokemon in the stores anymore.
No,
you just can't. It's impossible. And they've gotten to where the stores have put out signs now that says it's 2 per, but even the scalpers know that. And so they go, they get their 2, they bring a bunch of people along, they get the 2, and then they bought out the whole store before you know it.
Right.
Well, now you can't buy them unless you pay this stupid price for them. So my kids start to go back to Magic, because Magic's another thing, right?
Right.
So Costco had Pokemon cards. Now Costco has Magic cards. You can't get them. I go the day that they release to Costco. I mean, I'm not like in line or whatever, but I go that day thinking like it's Magic cards, right? Like it's Magic.
And there was like a time like in the late 90s where Magic almost died. You couldn't give them away almost. But
I don't
now
even know
they're,
what brought it back.
yeah,
I don't know.
I have that one. I don't know. I just guess they made better cards.
But it used to be when, sorry, I got myself there for a minute. When Stuart used to be our producer, he was a really good friend of ours, and he was very into collecting like we are. And we had talked about how some of the fun of collecting used to be that you would go places and maybe you would go to a thrift store or you would go to a garage sale or you would go to a convention or something and you would see that coveted piece that you had wanted, that they had only sold like so many of them. But then it got to where the internet, like especially with Amazon and even with eBay, like everything was so readily available, it took the hunt out of it, right? And so then that wasn't fun. And now...
And then because that happened, the prices started skyrocketing on stuff.
Skyrocketing and skyrocketing and skyrocketing. And now you have these scalpers. And they have learned like the algorithms of things. Like they have more time to research than the regular person does to see this is the algorithm. Like with the Labubu. The Labubu is the new thing that people are collecting, right? The influencers have it. I think they're horridly adorable. Love them. Like I love weird things. Like here's Tentacle Kitty. Like I love a weird thing, right?
Right.
So I'm trying to get these Labubus, right? They're $30 at Pop Mart. But you have to go onto the website during the time, which is oftentimes like at 3 a.m. here because they're in China. Then there's these boxes and you have to click on the box and hope that you clicked on the box before somebody else clicked on the box. Because if not, then you have to wait like 12 minutes or something until the next box comes and you can click on it.
And they probably made them for less than $1.
Right. So Vincent and I tried it the other day to get one of these for me because I just want one. We couldn't. We tried for like an hour.
Yeah.
Back and forth, he and I are trying, can't get it. Then I see all these people, these influencers, these other people, they've gotten boxes and boxes of them. People are selling them at stores for $100 a pop.
Right.
$100 because they've figured out whatever the algorithm is to get in, to get them, where the normal person can't get in and get them. So now something that probably cost Pop Mart $1 to make, that they've pushed up to $30 for us to buy, which I'm still don't quite mind. But now these scalpers have bought them and they're charging $100.
Right.
And because we've been pushed so far with consumerism, because that has Geeksumerism, because that has been our culture, especially here in America. It's a culture thing of like we call it keeping up with the Joneses. Like we even have a term for it here in America. It's that, you know, purchasing. But
it was the Beanie Babies. It was the Cabbage Patch Kids. You name it. There's been throughout every generation. There's something. There's something everybody's trying to get, especially like Christmas time, and this is what we're talking about, is because Christmas time is coming up pretty soon, and people are going like all the way overseas on private planes to get Labubus.
It's insane.
Just because they only have them there, that specific Labubu.
But that's the thing, like you were talking about, like you're talking about the Cabbage Patch and stuff earlier. I mean, people trampled each other to get these things. And so now we've just become more sophisticated, I guess, and instead of trampling one another, you know, we're getting in planes and flying places that have them or whatever, you know. It's just...
Or we have scalpers that buy all the stuff up and then sell it later for
a stupid price
because
that we'll pay.
Did it. Yeah, they did it with Beanie Babies for the longest time. They're doing it with watches.
Well, they did it with Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
And then because everybody wanted it, and then they sent out the prequels and stuff, then everybody's standing in line.
And then because of that, then there's all these fakes too.
Right, because now for Labubu, they have LaFufu.
Yeah.
Which I totally got drug into through an Instagram link that I thought was valid and said Pop Mart on it. And so, I thought that was a thing. It's not a thing. It's fake.
It's lies.
It's a lie. It's a lie. So I've gotten to the point where I'm too old. Like, I chased it for an hour. I did. I chased it for an hour. And then, found the one that was fake. And I found a bunch of others that are fake. And I'm just like, whatever. Like, I'm just not doing it anymore, right? Like, I tried for a while. I didn't get it. Okay.
And there's the thing, at our age, we start filling our house with all this stuff. We eventually run out of space. And
yeah, people can't even see. Like, y'all can only see a corner of. One of these days we need to. I keep saying that. One of these days we need to show people an eighth. What they can see.
Maybe a tenth of what we have.
Maybe, yeah.
If you account for everything that we have in the house, maybe a tenth.
Maybe a tenth, yeah. Well, and it comes to the point too where I think we've seen it enough times to where it will end up being like Beanie Babies. It will end up being like Cabbage Patch Kids. It will end up being like all this other stuff, and we'll find it eventually. It'll be at a thrift store. It'll be at a place like a Big Lots or an Ollie's or a Dirt Cheap or whatever they're going to have in the future, whatever, company gets all of the used merchandise.
I don't see, I'm sorry, but I don't see paying $30 for a little thing that's like, it's like this big, right?
Yeah, I think it's like that big, yeah. Something like
it's
that.
Like 3 inches
it's
tall.
It's like the size of Yoda here, or Grogu. This is not Yoda, this is Grogu. And it doesn't even do the fun stuff that he does. So, it's cute. I mean, I don't think $30 in today's market is unreasonable. Everything is so expensive now. You and I are just cheap, frugal.
Not for something like that.
I mean, I think if you like it, you'll pay for it, I mean, if you're talking about like...
No, I would pay for that, like, as a scalping price. I wouldn't pay that, like, getting it direct. That doesn't make sense to me.
I just think about all the things, like, we're talking about Geeksumerism, so a lot of the things that people are consuming now, like, come from Japan and stuff like that. So one of the things that...
Or China.
For a long time that our daughter-in-law was collecting was, they were called Nendroids or something like that. Like itty-bitty little figures that were like from anime, manga, different stuff, from those series, or some of them were like made to look like that kind of stuff. And they have like interchangeable faces. I mean, those things are like $100, $150, and they're like this big. I mean, I've seen people pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars for things that they wanted to collect, that was important to them, that people knew was going to be important to people, especially when they put out things that are limited editions. That catches us geeks all the time. Oh, it's a limited edition. You can only buy this at Target. You can only get this at San Diego Comic-Con. Forget it if you can only get it at San Diego Comic-Con.
You're only get this at Toys R Us.
Yeah, so, and that kind of got crazy too, because at Toys R Us I kind of understood because it was exclusively a toy store. But now you have like Walmart exclusives and Target exclusives. Like, come on. San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, I totally get, right? I mean, that makes sense. Even the Toys R Us I got, but we're getting exclusives. Like, when are we going to get the Amazon exclusive,
Only on Amazon.
Well, and that's another thing that became a big part of the Geeks consumerism, which has finally, I think, not only plateaued, but it has kind of taken a dive, is the Funko Pops. It was Funko Pop everything.
Yeah. And we just stopped collecting those.
Well, I'm not going to lie. There are still some I collect. They're called Doorables. They're like this big.
They're tiny, itty-bitty ones, but I'm talking about the actual Pops.
But the actual Pops. Well, again, we ran out of space. Well, I liked them, but
we, towards the end, we started getting very specific of what we would take in. Just, we wanted to complete certain sets.
Yeah, and I've paid kind of what I would consider kind of a stupid amount. Like, I've paid $20, $25 for ones that I wanted to complete a set.
And people have paid way more than that.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Way more.
Yeah, I know. But do you think that part of it too is because when we were growing up, it was, especially for geek culture, and not necessarily for the Cabbage Patch Kids and all of the Barbies and all that stuff, it wasn't as much, but for the geek culture, we weren't seen in the nicest light, right? And so there wasn't a whole lot of merchandise for us. I mean, you're talking like G.I. Joe, yes, He-Man, yes, Star Wars, yes. But if you liked that stuff, there wasn't a whole lot of merchandise. Like, you're not seeing a whole lot of Marvel merchandise. You're not seeing a whole lot of comic book merchandise.
Right.
You're not necessarily seeing a whole lot of Dungeons and Dragons merchandise or anything like that. Then fast forward to now the Marvel movies are doing well. Now you've got Stranger Things, and you've got the Hellfire Club, and you've got Dungeons and Dragons. And now more of that stuff is becoming part of popular culture. And so now you've got Hot Topic, you've got lunch or box lunch, you've got, I don't even know, like no name stuff that's putting out all of these things for geekdom. Right. You can find a Star Wars shirt like you're wearing, and you can find it at Walmart. You
can find it at Walmart.
Five Below.
You can find it at Five Below. You can find it at Kohl's.
You got a really good one at Kohl's. I really liked that one you got at Kohl's, actually. Yeah. But that's the thing. Do you think that that has, I guess, enabled us, maybe? Embolden us to want to collect even more because it's so readily available?
I think now we're at a point where we're getting rid of stuff and replacing that.
You and I, but I mean in general, as a culture, as a geek
culture,
do you think we're more susceptible to collecting so many things because it's more readily available?
Yeah, there's a lot more out there for that kind of stuff, or the appearance that you have the ability to get certain things.
Well, and I think some of that that resonates with me is because,
but a lot of it comes with like the blind boxes too.
Yeah,
it's like, oh yeah, but you can buy the same thing over and over again and you still didn't get what you wanted. That
comes from like, it's that ingrained like gambling problem. Like when we were kids, I had a claw machine problem, and that's what pulls you in. Like, there are so many claw machines now because you can get games in your hand and your phone. So a lot of the arcades and stuff now are claw machines, and there's that addiction to,
but here's
I'll
the
just
thing.
Put one more dollar in. I'll just put one more.
But you can at least see what you're getting at that point.
Well,
I understand that.
But on the blind box, it's on the back of the box, and then they have
What
exclusives.
you could get.
They have exclusives also, where it's like, well, this is 1 in 12. This is 1 in 6, but this is 1 in 72, and it's shiny and shimmery and special. And if you get that, you're special. And so they do that to you with the blind box, and you're like...
Like, one of the really cool things that that Stewart did in his business was he was the first one at the conventions that would do the blind boxes, but he would put, like, really good stuff in there.
But still, it was really good stuff. But then you had like a 1 in 10 chance of getting one that had like really, really, like, you know, there was that chance that you might get the super fantastic one. And that's the pull. Like, that's the pull of even.
There was a super fantastic one. I think he had like he had some kind of like gaming system
Game
or
Boy
something.
a screen. I don't even remember.
So he was like, I'm going to put the one that has it, I'm just going to put it like right here. Like an obvious place. And people picked and the first show he did it at, everyone picked everyone but that one.
Because it's a thing... it's a thing that my sister-in-law learned with criminal justice. It's like our minds are always trying to calculate the odds, right? And it's like, did you know that in the bathroom, there was some research done that actually the first stall and the last stall are the cleanest, because people think that the first stall and the last stall are the dirtiest, because they think those are the stalls that most people are going to want to go into, because they're going to think the last stall is probably where the fewest people will go, and then they'll think the first stall is probably the place where the fewest people will go, and so or the most people will go, and so then they go to the middle stalls, and that ends up being where the most people go, and so the first and the last stall, it's like this odds thing that our brains do. So when you're looking at that blind box, you're looking at it and you're thinking, well, that's probably not it, because the seller wouldn't put it there because they would think that, and that's probably not it because the seller wouldn't put, and so then it's this odds thing in our brain, and it becomes that with the blind boxes too, is you're like looking at all these blind boxes and you're like, okay, well, maybe it's not that one, because when they packed all the boxes, they probably wouldn't pack it there in the middle. They
Yeah, like that box was right next to the register.
Yeah, yeah, like the whole time. And our sons, they have this weird superstition. That's another geek thing, is all these superstitions that we have. Like people touching our dice. You can't touch my dice when I'm playing a role-playing game. But they have this superstition that they will not pick their own blind boxes. If it's something that they really want, and if I'm around, they'll have me pick it.
You do that with me.
We're talking about our sons right now. We're not talking about me. But yeah, it's a geek superstition. We're not the only ones who do it. It's a superstition, and we've convinced ourselves that if we can get somebody else to pick it, they're going to pick the good one for us. Because something like that has happened to us enough times that our brains have decided that that's the way that works, you know? So, it's every single little thing that leads us to want to buy things that we already wanted to buy, but to buy them even more, right? And ultimately it comes down to really good advertising.
Right.
I mean, it's even down to the point of like color theory.
I don't know, but like Labubus, I had no idea. I didn't even know what those were. I have never seen an advertisement for a Labubu.
So that was an accidental thing, because excuse me. So Labubus have been around for a really long time. And it just accidentally happened that some influencer stumbled upon. Now that was it was one of those weird accidental things. It wasn't actually marketed towards us. Influencer stumbled upon it, thought it was great, got a bunch of their people watching them, and they were like, oh, well, that influencer likes it, then they think it's great. Then this other influencer saw that influencer was getting some traction, so they started doing it. It became this influencer thing, and so then people are sending it to influencers and all these different, like there are even drag queen influencers that are getting them and like opening them. Trisky says hi.
Hi, Trisky.
Trisky. And so that's kind of how some of the things happen in today's marketplace.
Right.
Is some influencer will get it, it kind of becomes a thing with them, and then the companies know.
Companies know what?
At Military Hero Con. Oh, I've never heard of that. Did you enjoy that? Was it fun? What do they do there? I've never heard of Military Hero Con.
Where is that?
I don't know. I don't know anything about it. So the
It's a black and silver diamond.
Oh, the companies will see that these influencers are doing it, and so then they'll send their products to other influencers that have other avenues. So it's like, you're an influencer of like teen girls.
It just never comes up in my For You page because that's not what I search for.
You're a dude. You're a dude like that.
Yeah, but I look
dude.
at a lot of geeky stuff. I haven't once seen a Labubu.
Yeah, but I don't know the Labubu's necessarily geeky. Labubu's just like little girls and stuff are really into it, and some
not just I've seen guys that are into Labubu.
Really?
Yeah.
But like men like you are.
Yeah.
Like I think I'm a man.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know. It's something cool to. I wouldn't collect it. Just because they kind of like look all the same. They're just like different colors, right?
No, they have different facial. It depends on what you're doing. They have different facial. Like there's like a whole series where they're like squinting and smiling.
But they're like they're like little bunnies or something, right? They have ears like bunnies. They're bunny monsters with faces.
It kind of looks like, oh, what is that? What is that movie?
Manchi cheese?
No. Kind of like Monty Cheese, but no. What is that movie with the creepy rabbit? Like the creepy evil rabbit that's like inside of his head? Is it? It's not Johnny Dangerously, is it? What is that movie? I'll figure it out one of these days. There's
Donnie Darko?
Yeah, John, right?
Donnie Darko?
Donnie
Yeah.
Darko, and it has the like weird bunny rabbit thing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like those, and a Monchi had a baby with the little jaggedy teeth and stuff, right? I don't know. It's like this freakish thing. I don't get.
I never really looked at one. Even the one that you have, I haven't really looked at it.
Oh, they're cute. I love all the parody videos that they're doing where it's like the Labubus are like drugs on the street, and they've got them like in their coats and stuff, and they're selling them. Anyway, the whole point of this show was to talk about all the stuff that we buy in general.
Trisky, did you find Labubu at this con?
At this con. So yeah, I mean, I think that there's, back to what we were saying, there's so much stuff that you can buy. Like even, you know, I'm a Donatello freak. I love Donatello. So every single little, like this is just, and this was something cool when we were kids too. You know, you pull it. Oh.
But you don't do it like that. That's not how you play.
That's not how you play with it. But you pull it and it makes it go. You're not supposed to throw it.
You can't park it there, Colleen.
Lily's not watching right now, I don't think. But yeah, I mean, even little stuff like that, because it's Donatello, people are buying it for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they're like, well, you like Donatello, so now there's all this stuff that's readily available that's Donatello that I can get anywhere, that I can get at the Dollar Tree, that I can get at Five Below. So it makes this consumerism even easier.
Well, you can't get some of the stuff that I got for you. That's Donatello.
No, yeah, you can't. You're good at finding some of those things that nobody would think to be able to find. So,
and that's just the fun. And I had like not seen that anywhere else, but I was like, there's got to be some kind of a mashup somewhere.
Yeah,
and I would find things like that.
You're always so good at that, you know. And that kind of, I think, still resonates with me, is finding those things. Mm-hmm. That are kind of off the cuff, right? Because I think it has been so flooded, and it has, you know, the market is so saturated.
But there are things that when we get those things, they're not necessarily things that are part of a specific collection. Like when I find mashups like that, because you didn't want all of the set.
No, right. I don't want to collect it to be a
like
completist of the set. I just want
because of Donatello.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like the Ninja Turtles. Like I like to read the comics and stuff, but I only collect Donatello stuff. Like in blind box and stuff like that, I've gotten some, like Mikey, Leo, Raph. I have a few of those spatterings, but I don't collect them specifically.
Right.
Like, will I get all different kinds of Donatello stuff? Yes, I have. Like, I have a crochet Donatello. I have a Donatello that's like a tiki cup thingy. I have the Hello Kitty Donatello mashup that you got me. I have like the Donatello car. I have like Donatello fake Lego figures. Like I guess I like to get the character and then get different kinds of things of that character, if that makes any sense.
Right.
Like I really love Rey and Princess Leia. So I have, this is really driving me nuts. I have like a Leia and a Rey Barbie doll. But then I also have this Leia, and she's like a little figure, and you press her head down, and then her face turns. And she has different like facial features and stuff. I have like a little stuffed Rey, you know. So I guess I get on a character more than like a whole line of something. Mm-hmm. And then I just want to collect all these different things of that character, and I want them to be like different styles and different.
Because we have like Geeky Build-A-Bears.
We do. So we do have a lot of Geeky Build-A-Bears.
Mostly Star Wars.
They are Star Wars. Like, I have them right here. I'm telling you, we got everything. Here's Vader. Oh, I can't. Oh, there's the camera. There's Vader. And we have Grogu. And we have all kinds of stuff. Like this Grogu that I showed y'all earlier. It's not just a Grogu. Oh, his batteries might be dead. Darn it. He's a bop it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, there he goes.
Bop it to start. High score, 16-8. Bop it. Twist it. Pull it. Twist it. Pull it. Bop it. Pull it. Bop it. Pull it.
That's dirty.
Twist it. Bop it. Bop it. Pull it. Bop it. Pull it.
That's a little too sexual for me there.
Stop it, Vincent. You're gross. Anyways, it's a bop it from when we were kids. That was a toy. Shh, be quiet, Grogu. But they turned it into Grogu, so then they put a cute little spin on it. You know what I mean? Like I have.
But that's like Mando
Yeah, Mando's voice.
Which is odd.
Well,
If you close your eyes and listen to it, it's a little out there.
well, what was the name of the thing? It was round and it was Simon Says, right? Where it was like red, blue, yellow, green. So we have one of those, but it's Star Wars themed.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Death Star, and you open it up and it's just like Simon Says, but in that. So I like those kind of mashup type of things where it was like it was this game before, but now they've put a spin. But that's an easy way for them to sell more stuff to us, right?
Yeah.
Because how many Star Wars monopolies do you have? I think like 6 of them, right?
How many different Steve Jackson games are the same game?
Right, same game, but you've just put a new sticker on it, right? Monopoly is the same way. Clue is the same way. Operation is the same way, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've just taken the base thing and slapped something new on top of it. Munchkin.
This is they rebrand all the time.
Yeah.
Little different rules here and there, but it's pretty much the same game.
Well, and that's the thing that we really like that show, The Toys That Changed Everything, because then it really showed us like how these manufacturers had these like body types and stuff, and then they basically just changed
Swapped the
paint or whatever, and then you have a whole new lineup. So then you're saving all this money and you're producing things for really cheap and selling them for a lot more. And so
because like with the He-Man, you could use the same mold and then change the head. Use the same mold, put a different color. Yeah.
Yeah, and when you're 10, you don't care.
Yeah.
You just want the cool guy that you see everybody have,
But then they started making really cool stuff out there with battle damage and really cool stuff.
Oh yeah, and they had stuff that had like weapons and it would really shoot things out. And then what was the name of the He-Man character? And you could push his head and his face would change.
I
I don't remember now. It's been a long time. But you know what I'm talking about, right? So then we started to have these interactive toys and stuff, which of course they have more of now. But I think some of it too is the Geeksumerism for us is still the figures and the things like that. But I think for the younger generations, they don't really play with toys as much.
No. They'll collect stuff, but they don't necessarily play with them.
Even the collecting has got to be slim to none. They'll collect like games and play video games and stuff that are branded towards that. Like any kind of app game that's Hello Kitty right now, like all of it, even the teenagers are, downloading them and playing them or whatever. Although some of that has come back a little bit, and the older kids are like, I guess now starting to realize that they spent a lot of their childhoods attached to screens. And so now that they're older, like they buy toys now that they're starting to have their own jobs and stuff. Like my high schoolers will buy toys.
Yeah.
And have toys and stuff like that. And I know the Labubu's going to be a big thing because it's like a keychain. And so the big thing is you attach it to your backpack
Yeah.
or your purse, right? And you carry it around like that. But that's another big thing that I've seen the high school kids do now is they buy children's backpacks. It's not like when we were growing up and it was the JanSport and you got the JanSport and everything. No, they buy character backpacks. Like Strawberry Shortcake is really big, Hello Kitty's really big, and these are grown kids that are taking these backpacks.
But even people are geeking out over things such as like what are those cups called?
Stanley's?
Stanleys.
I thought that was crazy, that lady that we met that time.
Yeah.
I
I was like, this brown one's coming out. Nobody else has this brown one but Target. I was like,
what are you
I don't want a
talking
brown one.
Yeah. And she was saying that she has like display shelves in her home, just full of these Stanleys. She's never even drank out of them. I mean, I was that kid that didn't have this stuff growing up, so I was bullied for being poor. And so I am that adult who now uses my adult money to buy the cool things so that I can fit in even though I don't need to fit in anymore. Like, I'm not going to lie, I bought a Stanley because all the kids had a Stanley, even though I'm not a child anymore. But I was like, well, all the cool kids have a Stanley, so I want to have a Stanley. You know, that still resonates with me to this day, you know.
Yeah.
Or because I couldn't afford the Sanrio stuff when I was a kid, now I have an exhaustive level of Sanrio stuff, you know,
Yeah.
that I don't need just because I can afford it now and I couldn't when I was a kid and I wanted to fit in, you know. So I think they play with
Well,
that.
there's
too.
still stuff that I wanted as a kid I was never able to afford, and I still won't get because it's going to be mega expensive. Like the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
I never had that as a kid.
Well, for me, that's more of a space thing at this point because we have limited space. If we had space, I might get us a Millennium Falcon.
The ceiling.
We could
we
hang
can
it
hang
from,
it from the ceiling.
I would too. You
Yeah.
know I would. You know I would.
Get that one. Get some TIE fighters and an X-wing.
Yeah,
Be awesome.
yeah, I can do it.
Have a little fight up there.
We really do have to do a video to show everybody what collections we have because it's kind of a lot.
If you want to see something like that, we'll try to post something on TikTok here pretty soon.
Yeah. But yeah,
No,
I mean,
but like there's a ton of stuff to collect. I collect lightsabers. I collect hilts that I'm eventually gonna build into lightsabers. I've built some already. No, I built more than one.
I said maybe 3.
Well, that's pretty good. There's still some that I really need. There's one of them that I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do it because I don't know how to do the switch. But
Well, maybe that's a TikTok you should do. How many hilts you have?
yeah.
That would be just a TikTok video in and of itself. But basically, consumerism is in our blood.
Mhm.
We can't help it. And now that they've brought everything to the forefront with geek culture and it's so much more readily available, it's so much easier for us
It's
to
so much
be those
easier,
consumers.
and it's a lot easier to spend that money on the expensive ones too,
Well, because we're older now.
because we're older.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, it's $300. Oh, okay, I'll get it.
I owe myself because I've been working for like 36 years of my life
Yeah.
and I owe myself this $300 toy. I'm not wrong. I do. I owe myself.
Yeah, but that was Geeksumerism. Thanks for watching us. Appreciate it. If you haven't clicked on that subscribe button, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. And click on the notification bell so the next time we go live, you'll know. But thanks for checking us out. I'm Vince.
Hey, and I'm Colleen.
Geek out.
Geek Out SA.